Hey world, it is me, Abby Abadoo, and today we're going to be talking about hamster balls. It may look like fun, but what if I told you that hamster balls are one of the worst things you can put your pet in? Today we're going to break down why these plastic spheres are actually dangerous, stressful and inhumane, and what you can use instead, because our pets rely on us to make the best choices for them. Problem number 1. Lack of ventilation, overheating and suffocation. Let's talk about something that you may not have thought about: airflow. These tiny slits in the ball, they don't provide nearly enough ventilation. Hamsters have a high metabolic rate and can overheat very quickly, especially in an enclosed plastic space. The more they run and the more they move, the hotter the inside of the ball gets, leading to heat stress and dehydration. Unlike us, hamsters can't sweat, so they struggle to cool themselves down. This can lead to serious heat stroke, which can be fatal. Problem number 2, no control over their movement. You may think your hamster is having fun, but in reality, they can't control how they move at all. Hamsters can't steer these balls, meaning they can only move forwards, meaning they constantly crash into objects. Imagine being locked in a giant plastic rolling ball. It sounds scary, right? Well, for your hamster, it's even worse. The constant bumping into objects and furniture isn't just stressful, it's very dangerous. It can cause concussions, spinal injuries and bruising. Problem number 3 is foot and spine injuries. Another hidden danger? These slits, the air holes in the ball, might seem harmless, but they can trap tiny little hamster feet inside them, leading to painful fractures and torn nails. What's even worse is that hamster balls force hamsters to run with their spine curved unnaturally, putting stress on their bones and muscles. Over time, this posture can cause long-term spinal issues, especially in dwarf hamsters who already have delicate frames. Problem 4 is extreme stress and anxiety. The biggest reason to avoid hamster balls is that they're extremely stressful for your hamster. Many people just assume that their hamster is excited, but in reality they're only running around because they're trying to escape. Hamsters are prey animals, so their instinct when scared is to hide, which can lead to shock and exhaustion. Over time, this type of stress weakens their immune system, making them more prone to illness and unfortunately an early death. So what should you use instead of your hamster ball? Here are some safe and fun alternatives to keep your hamster active. A solid, properly sized exercise wheel is the best way to let your hamster run naturally without risking injury. Minimum wheel size is 8 inches for dwarf hamsters and 10 to 12 for Syrians. Playpens are another great option, or having them run around in a safe room. Giving your hamster a safe enclosed space to explore lets them express natural behaviours like burrowing and foraging. Dig boxes, tunnels, sprays, foraging toys and 8 to 10 inches of bedding in their enclosure are all great ways to enrich your hamster's life without the risks of a hamster ball. Now, if the thought of throwing out your hamster ball seems a little bit too harsh, then why not upcycle it? So as you can see in the background, I have rats, and one way that you can upcycle your hamster ball is making a hanging hide. So you can see here, this is a Sputnik hanging in their cage, and they're quite expensive if you're just going to buy one, but you can make your own using a hamster ball. Place something like an old hammock or a blanket inside to cover up all the holes and hang it up in the corner of their cage. Thankfully, rats' feet are big enough and won't fit in the slits. Fill it with safe, pet-friendly bedding or soil to make a little digging pit for them. You could make it a little planter because the air holes provide good ventilation and a way to let the water drain out. You could fill it with bird feed and then hang it outside. Could you make it a storage container depending on how big it is? Fill it with pens, pencils, crafting supplies, or paint it and turn it into a little Christmas ornament. The final message is to spread the truth. For any of you young people watching trying to convince your parents that hamster balls aren't safe, but they don't really fully believe that, you have to be patient and remember the older generation of people won't understand the new ways of caring for animals because they've only been taught one way. And unfortunately, pet shops do spread a lot of misinformation. Hamster balls have been sold in pet shops for decades, but that does not mean that they are safe. Now that you know the truth, it's time to spread awareness and help others make better choices for their pets. We all start somewhere, and sometimes that somewhere isn't always the best care, I've been there before. There is nothing wrong with making mistakes in the beginning. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!